comrades, you're watching Overland in the van style way, and I'm departing this awesome place. So there's a little bit of packing to do. Ooh, lots of garbage, big garbage bag. I need to put my fishing gear up on top, but I may also utilize this chance to take my vacuum cleaner there. And a little bit of vacuuming has been overdue for quite some time. I need to clean all this. There's nothing like clean canopy. Oh, gotta pack these guys away. It's my wooden blocks. Alright, last walkie time. Muscat first. Muscat always first. Elderly first. And then Misha. Maybe Misha will come down by then. Alright, Misha's turn for walks. Go, 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 little guy. Just don't find any holes. Yeah, I just got out of this place. To kinda stay here and walk with these guys. Lots of ground right here. Oh, he's going into bushes. Of course he is. No. Back to my camping spot. It was awesome spot. I just wish I could have caught the carp. All I got, I think, it was that little bass, and that's it. There are tons of them here, but they just don't want to bite. My neighbor tried to fish yesterday. He got one of those same as me. Small bass, I guess, or whatever it is, and that's it. Nothing else. They're splashing, they're swimming right next to you, but nope, they don't want to bite. He was crawling over there and incidentally fell into the water. A little wet ferret now. No bushes. Oh, I'm dirty too. So it's gonna be lots of driving today. I think I'm gonna be arriving at the Owyhee River in about 3 hours or so. It's also kind of interesting. I'm currently, I think, in a different time zone, but just an hour away it's gonna be a different time zone. That's why past several days it's been kind of weird for me. I couldn't wake up, is because, you know, my alarm clocks were set to previous time. The plan is to do that, then drive to Owyhee Lake, then the state park, and from there I think there's a little I think from there, let's see, oh, it's gonna be Sucor Creek State Natural Area, recommended by JJC from Expedition BC. And well, all of that stuff Owyhee is recommended by him, same as Aldrin Desert. Is it Aldrin Desert? So yeah, driving through a little bit of Idaho for the next hour or so, because that's the fastest route to get to where I need to. It's kind of cool. And actually, looking at the map, this is where... When did I go? I think last May when I went to Utah on a long weekend, extended long weekend. I drove quite a, 2 days of Idaho through Payati National Forest and Sawtooth National Forest, something else. Idaho is beautiful. Definitely lots of stuff to see. It's the whole western part is kind of deserty, Oregon deserty part continues there, eastern, and then yeah, it gets to be all lushy. Oh yeah, so I finished another episode editing this morning, so I got 3 episodes pending for release. One is still hanging from 2 days ago, I guess, when I couldn't find a good spot to upload. Yeah, 3 episodes just sitting, but I don't even have 2G connection throughout past 2 days, 2.5 days I would say. Like I was expecting and like I remember from previous road trip, not a whole lot of connection out here. Maybe Verizon and AT&T for Americans reaches here, but whatever partner network my Roam Mobility is supposed to use, well, it's not here. I should really investigate getting like a Verizon SIM card. I wonder if I can do it being non-American. So just so I can like pay as you go type. But Verizon supposedly is the best. So I'm driving and I keep seeing big black dots like just crawling on the road, and yeah, or splattered, and I'm like, what is this? Well, I needed to take a whiz anyway, so I stopped, and it's giant black what are you? Grasshopper? Not grasshopper, locusts maybe? Right there, this sucker. So I'm in Ontario, Oregon. No, it's actually Idaho. So McDonald, just passing through. I was actually going for the library. Stopped here and it turned out to be freaking fast connection. So I uploaded 1 episode and second one to be published tomorrow. And I'm ready to hit the road. Gotta refuel a little bit, and Owyhee should be in about an hour. Well, hello Idaho. It's nice to pump my own gas for a change. I'm gonna go do that. I'm actually happy. I don't need to wait for anyone. Alright, so I'm entering Owyhee Lake. The end of it is State Park. I'm not sure if I can connect after State Park, visiting it. I'm probably not gonna stay here. If I can make it today to Aldrin Desert or somewhere nearby it, I'd rather do that. I'm starting to run out of days. It's 30th today. Yeah, I think it's... yeah. So I got on the 8th, I gotta drive the whole way to Vancouver, so that means I got 7 days, 31st, so that's 8 days. I'm gonna need to get back to coast, so that's almost a day wipe. And I still want to chill at the coast, do all this climbing again, but like every day now and so on. I'm at Snively hot spring right now. I just entered the Owyhee River. Alright, this is gonna be a nice surprise. As long as there is no naked people. Oh, actually this might be it actually. I'm gonna touch the water, maybe that's what it is already. Oh, it is, yeah, right there. Freaking hot. So all of this is the spring. That is nice. We can totally accommodate this place. 20 or 30 people. 20 for sure. 30 would be probably pushing it. And look how scenic it is. If it was evening right now and I was passing by here, I would definitely do a dip, but it's so freaking hot right now. It's totally beyond 30 Celsius right now. It's like somewhere between 30 and 35, and this is not cold, even though you can see part of river kind of gets in here. It's decently hot, so too bad. But hopefully if you guys ever end up here, Snively hot spring in Owyhee River area, it's just for you. Of course, must not forget the photo session. This beautiful backdrop, and this is path to nowhere. I just came there by paved road. This is just a little dispersed camping spot, and the only reason I'm going this way is to get the shots. I'm here at the dam, Owyhee Dam. You can't go there, and I'm not sure if it's under construction or what's the deal, or maybe it's been dry, it's not working yet. I don't know. Oh, actually, yeah, on the other side tons of water. Okay, so the dam serves its purpose. So the report is on the way to, I'm still not at the lake, it's just been cruising through a river, Owyhee River. Lots of dispersed camping spots, tons to choose from. If I ended up here today without rush, I would totally, like if I was full-time and I would just stop there for a couple of days. In fact, in many places I would stop for a couple of days if I wasn't limited by time. So yeah, I'll proceed to State Park. I'm not sure if there is a campground, and I really hope you can kind of keep going south, even though Google offline map doesn't show anything at that point. But there's gotta be some connecting roads, because otherwise it's gonna be a long detour getting out of here and proceeding south to I think he recommended JJC, Leslie Gulch, so that's kind of the spot I want to go to. But I would say overall this whole place, especially, well, not currently where I am, but earlier when there was lots of yellow grass and kind of mountains, it reminded me of a mix. I would say, yeah, something like Grand Canyon type of structure, definitely some southern Utah regions, not all of them, mixed with I think it's called Tulamity meadows. I think it was part of Sequoia National, no, not Sequoia, I forgot which part of national park it was, somewhere in California. Have arrived in the state park at some McMorris campground. Just gonna show it a little bit what it looks like. This is the kind of views you get, which is pretty damn good. The whole campground on the slope. Gotta level your stuff. That's pretty good campground. Reserved, so let's see, even if I wanted to stay here, let's see availability. So there are some places here, not the best, of course. Anything by the water is taken by people. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing here, contemplate it. It's at potentially erosion is on this road, but this is the only shortcut to get to that other wilderness area. But it could be steep grades here and all that kind of stuff. I got a little patch of land here. I think I can turn around, and I'm contemplating if I should. I don't know anything about this road, and just because it's indicated on both maps, it doesn't mean anything. GPS can lie. Like on my first road trip, GPS showed, oh, highway, whatever. It gotten so bad, I scratched the crap out of the car, my SUV previous, and that's where I ripped the tire. Thank God it didn't deflate at that time, but I saw it after. Anyway, with these little guys on board and all the shakes, my pace is probably not an hour like it says, probably more. That's even if it's passable. Last thing I want is some obstacle that I can't pass and there is no way to turn around. For me, I'm big, I need space. I kinda don't want stress on this trip. Last year I would have just gone. Now, I don't know. I just bumped into so many trails that indicated as okay and turned out to be pretty bad or closed or eroded completely. I think I'll turn around. Yeah, so I walked there a little bit. This is definitely a spot to turn around the last bit. It's a little off camber, but over there the road's a little washed out, off camber as well, quite a bit actually. So this is gonna be, let's see, it's tight. It's the downside of big rig like this is turning around. So there's that little slope. No, I have enough room. And this is only a start. Like it goes up, 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 and looking on the map, it's very zigzaggy. So I can only assume it's very tight turns, very steep, high grades, washouts. I don't know the situation, so screw it. So that was a good call for me of abandoning this road. I stopped at first state park, caught a guy, the host, and I'm like, yeah, I wanted to take the shortcut to the creek thing, and the only way to get to Leslie Gulch is to go through that creek. Right now I punched from here to that creek. It's about 4-hour drive, detouring like this, then probably about 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive to the Leslie Gulch. But the gulch, he says, just like JC said, is supposed to be very beautiful. You're kind of driving right in the canyon, sort of. But yeah, so when I mentioned that road I tried, he knew right away. He's like, oh, this road is like, yeah, not a good idea. Generally ATVers go there. He's like, yeah, last year two trucks got like tires punctured there, super sharp rocks, some crawling in there. The Serpentine road gets very steep, and he's like, yeah, even in your truck, he's like, I probably wouldn't go there at all. Like it gets worse later on. I'm like, so even like Jeepers don't go there? He's like, not as far as I know. It's mainly just ATV guys. So good call. But I saw the guy, and he's local here. I wanted to verify if I just kind of chickened out a little bit and didn't want a little extra effort, or it just was a good call, and it was. So I think what I'm gonna do right now is I'm not gonna stay at state parks here. I'm gonna drive back to the river where dispersed spots are. It's gonna save me probably an hour drive today, so but I'm gonna get there at 7ish maybe, and then I could have an early start tomorrow and drive to a gulch. I'm not sure, maybe we'll skip the whole gulch and drive to the desert. It's just, I kind of want to be back at the coast. I want seafood, I want ocean, I want that a little bit more than checking out some of these gulches here, because I've seen in Utah, in Arizona, in Colorado, I like this kind of landscape and this kind of things. I've seen tons of it. It's not like, oh my god, I'm missing something unique. I'm sure it's beautiful, but it's just not on my bucket list at this point. It's not a big loss. So we'll see. or make a push to that creek today. That's probably 3 hours from now, so I'll arrive at 9:30 or 10, make a camp there, then from that to Leslie Gulch, unpaved road, he said. It's probably a couple of hours drive, then a couple of hours out to some highway, not a couple of hours, at least several, and then probably 3 hours, 4 hours drive to I don't know, I gotta check maps. Alright, so I've made a decision. I just plotted it to Sukor Creek. It's an hour and a half drive, so I would arrive right now at 6:20, 8 o'clock. It's not too bad, and from there I'll have option, either proceed to Leslie Gulch or tomorrow jump to highway and get to the desert. I don't know why I'm fixated on the desert. Maybe it's like I was saying in 36-day Overland series, but desert somehow draw me in, because it's something completely different from where I live. This is nice too, but there's something about deserts, like vast open space, like barely any life, although most deserts I've seen are very alive. I don't know, I have no idea. Maybe just looking at Kalahari, Sahara Desert, like expeditions, crossing those, not necessarily on cars, on camels, just throughout my whole life I've always been inspired to or wanting to, like, oh my god, maybe one day I could cross one of those big deserts. Doesn't matter alone, well, I probably wouldn't want to do it alone, but like parts of some expedition, that kind of thing. That's maybe why I'm drawn to deserts, and I kind of want to go to that one and check it out. So I've arrived at Sukor State Natural Area, Sukor Creek. It's not bad. I mean, it's amazing actually. Like, check those out. That's almost like what do you call it? Arches National Park, or Capitol Reef? No, not Capitol Reef. Or maybe Capitol. Anyway, with a bunch of like plates, pillars sticking out. It's pretty cool. And it's a little bit organized. There's a table there, I mean toilet, a couple of cars. I saw some dispersed camping people a while back. The road here is board washy. Holy! I was running 45 psi. I had to deflate to 40 because generally I ride at 40, but because it's been hot days, I went today all the way to 48. It heated up, so I deflated down to 45. Basically right now it's 40. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna be sitting probably at 37, 36 maybe even, because yeah, hot days, hot highways and whatever, yeah, I can go easily 10 psi up. So sometimes I do stop on the highway and kind of deflate, because I'm riding D rating tire, so it says maximum is 55 cold psi. I mean, obviously you can go a little more, like it's not that critical that you go a little over on tires, so I've been told by quite a few people, but considering your load, that's where you might need to be careful. So 40, my max top, where I start to you know, like deflate, is 47, 48, and usually I go down to 45 back, because yeah, 48 it feels like ooh, it's approaching that 55 cold. I just don't want to stress out tires. Plus, you know, looking at the wear, it doesn't seem like I need to go higher regardless. I think actually slowly I started to notice my middle is a little bit thinner than the sides, so it's actually good if I ride a little bit lower just to prolong these tires. Poor ferrets, all this bumpiness. I'm gonna just deploy. I'll walk them right now while it's still light. Well, I'll grab a beer, a ciggy, start walking one of them, probably Misha. He would be the first to wake up and like, hey, let me go. Misha had his turn already. Poor Muscat, I think he wants to drink. I just woke him up and like, here, go. Yeah, buddy, coming to base. Coming to base. Yeah. Chipmunks checking out the sounds. Oh, this one's definitely bandit, but Muscat reminds me of one of those cats that likes to, you know, sit by the window and just observe. He's like that. Yeah, he's been chilling like this for 5 minutes, not moving. Well, just checking out sounds. Yeah, just observing, just chilling. This guy already wants to do whatever. There you go. All you see is a butt. Alright, final good night and see you in the next episode. Ciao. Well, I hope you liked this episode, and if you did, you can support me by hitting the like button and subscribe, and also check out my previous videos by hitting the links below or just after this video.